Good morning to everyone. A very warm welcome to this session of Onepoint Oneness, Yoga for the Mind. For those that are new, my name is Matthew, and I'm part of the team at Onepoint Consulting, who are behind these Onepoint Oneness sessions. And just a bit of background, the idea behind these sessions is a lot of us at Onepoint have a long-term practice of meditation, a daily practice that we find really, really beneficial. And a few months ago, obviously with the challenges that we've all been facing, the idea came to share the benefits and to discuss and give an experience, meditation experience, and share that with the world. And so these sessions were born a couple of months ago. And so that's a bit about the background. We are covering today the topic coming together as one. And the basis of this is the power to cooperate. We've been covering a series of the 8 powers of yoga, and this is the 8th one, the power to cooperate. I'm very pleased to welcome back, I should say, Yogesh. Yogesh, hi, warm welcome. And a bit of back.
Thank you.
On Yogesh. Yogesh is a very intercontinental soul. He was born in Malawi, Africa, with an Indian background and brought up in London and Oxford in England. Yogesh is a very long time practitioner of meditation and has been a personal development trainer and workshop facilitator for over 20 years now. And he's presented many hundreds of seminars, workshops, and courses for businesses, hospitals, universities, youth organizations, and local community groups throughout the world. Over the past 17 years, Yogesh has been in and around Turkey, making presentations on various topics like stress-free living, effective communication, positive thinking, the principles of inner leadership. So very diverse subject matter. So Yogesh, without further ado, I shall hand over to you, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Matthew. Good morning to everyone. I'm very pleased to be with my friends here again on Onepoint. And as Matthew was saying, that this series is called Yoga for the Mind. And all of us here who've been presenting these different sessions don't just do meditation, but I would say are meditators, which means it's a lifestyle. And one of the things we believe in is that when you are building meditation into your lifestyle, then the way that you can check that it's really working is how you handle life, how you deal with situations, how you deal with people. And it's rather like this, that electricity can take various forms. It can be in a form of light and heat, and we have so many electrical appliances in our houses. In the same way that as one develops this power of meditation, as the mind becomes more steady, more stable, more secure, the way it manifests in your life is your relationships stabilize. You find, for example, you have the willpower to do something you could not do before. You're able to let go of situations you've been holding on to. You have the courage to face a person or an event which you've always been avoiding. And one big one, I think, is you have the power to forgive. And I love the phrase that forgiveness is a quality of the strong. The weak cannot forgive. And so today we're particularly looking at something called the power to cooperate, coming together as one. And certainly in our world today, we're seeing a lot of various energies swirling around the human race. Today there are many divisions between people, and those divisions exist on the demarcation lines of race and religion, nationality, culture, bias, and so on. And so we've seen, especially in these last few weeks, the last couple of months, how these divisions have come to the surface.
But we also know that deep down at the very center of the human consciousness, there is beauty, there is goodness. And we tend to see this, especially when there is a crisis or when there are disasters. People want to help others. They send, for example, food and medicines and so on. And this shows that at the very bottom of our consciousness, that goodness comes up to the surface in those times of crisis. And the question really is that why can't it be like that all the time? Why are we not able to emerge this ability to cooperate with others and look beyond differences as a natural way of being? And why is it that after some time, we tend to once again return to our limited and narrow mindset of life in terms of seeing on the basis of race and religion and so on? And so what we're going to do in this meditation now is to explore cooperation and coming together as one, not just in the global scenario. That's, of course, the aim, that let's influence the world positively. But firstly, in my own personal life, the people I live with, the people I work with, the people I interact with, how can I go beyond my own biases in order to come together with others and encourage them also to drop their biases and prejudices? So let's start the meditation, the reflection. And I'll ask you, if you're sitting on a chair, to try to have your back straight, have your feet flat on the floor if that's comfortable for you. And let's begin the journey. And we're going to be looking at three things here. First, we'll settle the mind, and then return to the self. And then the third thing is about being with others. So firstly, let me take a few moments just to settle my own mind. Bring my attention in towards myself. Just allow my thoughts to slow down, to settle. And I become aware that my thoughts are my own creation. I choose the thoughts which I create, and I choose how many thoughts I create. My mind, which produces those thoughts, my mind is my friend. My mind is my helper. And so, mind, slow down the thoughts. Mind, allow the energy of the thoughts to settle. Mind, be at peace. And I experience the thoughts slowing down, and the feeling of stillness serenity emerging from within myself. Just be with this feeling of stillness for a few moments. And enjoy the sweet taste of peace. And now, with this feeling of peace, let me come closer to my true self. Let me return to myself. I know that behind all the masks I wear, behind all the labels I carry in my daily life, behind all the roles and responsibilities that I juggle, behind all of that is the true me, the original me, the diamond soul, the living, eternal energy. And so I choose to step behind all those layers of roles and responsibilities, masks and labels, and I come to my true self. I, the living, eternal flame of spiritual energy. I, the soul, like a living diamond, glistening in the center of the forehead. This is me. This is the first truth, that I am this living spiritual energy. I am free. I am still. I am silent. Experience the wonder of returning to the true self once again. when I am in this awareness, when I am truly with myself, it makes me feel very secure. And with that security, I access my inner power, the power to be able to let go, to dissolve the barriers that may exist between me and anyone else. With this power of true self-respect, I can let the past be the past. I am able to let go of resentments, misunderstandings, bitterness of the past. I can let them go. I have the power to forgive, to forget, to move on with a new vision. And with this fresh and new vision, I'm able to offer the best within myself to those around me, to the world around me. And with my new vision, I'm able to encourage the attitude of others to also emerge the good and the divine within themselves. I am able to inspire others to also come together. Just as one candle can light another and another and another, my new vision, with my power of a pure and benevolent attitude, I can ignite and I can invite the goodness within another to also emerge. Let me keep with me at all times this wonderful gift of being able to apply a full stop to the past, a full stop to unnecessary or wasteful thoughts. And by doing so, I create this sacred space within my own self. And that allows me to see beyond all differences, allows me to see the goodness, the beauty, the divinity within others. And this vision of seeing the virtue in others, this becomes the bridge for cooperation, honest communication, and coming together. Just be with this feeling in your mind for 1 minute.
Wonderful. Really beautiful experience. Thanks, Yogesh. I was just reflecting on the words and how you can really tell with your own practice, because they're not just words. When you're speaking them, the feeling also comes through. And something you notice with regular practitioners of meditation, they're not just talking about these powers and these qualities that we all have, but actually it really comes across in the being, in the presence. So thank you so much for that. And it's very, very interesting what you were talking about. Obviously, there's, with all the powers, but even the power to cooperate, we often think about cooperating with other people or trying to cooperate with situations, but this idea that the first cooperation we need to have is with our own minds. And that's the basis of actually being able to effectively cooperate with others. That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it starts. I mean, I believe the relationship with my own mind impacts my relationship with everyone else and with life, with success, with failure, with the whole lot. And it's great that, we're encouraging people here to look at their relationship with the mind and to improve it. And that's really the game changer in my understanding.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Okay, well, we're coming towards the half-hour mark. So thanks once again to Yogesh on this topic of coming together as one, and also completes the series on the 8 powers. I would say that on the YouTube channel in the chat, you'll see links to a feedback form and to the Oneness web page. Your feedback is always very useful and very welcome. And if you have any burning questions that you'd like us to pass on to Yogesh in regards to today's session, we'd be very happy to pass those on. And actually, the thoughts coming, I should say that if anybody wants to write to us, maybe to get an overview of the 8 powers, if you actually write to us requesting that, I'm sure we can send something out just to give a summary of the 8 powers as well. Thank you to all of you for joining us today. I'm sure you've found it as beneficial as I did, if not more so. And next week at the same time, next Friday, the 17th of July, we're happy to be welcoming back Mike George. And he's going to be talking about the 4 levels of deep relaxation. That's something to look forward to. So thanks once again to everybody for joining. Thanks to Yogesh for being with us, and we'll see you again very soon.